Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to Minority Caucus, your most authoritative platform where the NPP shares its views and opinions about issues affecting Mother Ghana in the days that we live on earth. My name is Nana Kofi Opondamo, and today we're going to be discussing a myriad of issues, some very, very important cases. Of course, I cannot leave here without discussing the Supreme Court petition. Exactly where have we got into in these matters? There's also the matter of the Gyeeda report. What exactly is happening? What are some of the fine details that you need to understand? Again, you remember the issue of the Turkish gold saga. I have some very interesting revelations for you today. Perhaps I may even play a tape. Yes, you heard me right. I may even play a tape depending on what the editorial content says. But help me welcome my guest in the studio today, Honorable Joe Donko, NPP Chairman, Goma West. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, my brother.
Okay, so as you can see, I am sure by now you've all gotten what the picture is, and I'll slowly work you into the happenings of today. But I got a very important document today, and I want to share it with you. Did you know that some DCEs are taking 2,000 CDs every weekend free of charge? I'm repeating that. Did you know that some DCEs are taking 2,000 CDs every weekend? Did you know the extent of the rot that is happening at the district assemblies across the length and breadth of this country? We'll be revealing these things to you in due course over time. But for now, we'll delve straight into the matters at hand. Honorable, welcome once again.
Thank you, my brother.
I'm very grateful that you could make it here from your very long journey.
Thank you. Thank God.
Now, how are your constituency people?
By the grace of God, it was a blow anyway, but as at now, everybody has understood what is happening. We try our best. We wanted to get our seat back, but along the line,
things didn't go so well.
Things didn't go as we wish, but I believe now everybody has understood what is happening, and everybody is working hard. And I'm here to tell you that in my constituency, Goma West, I think it's one of the peaceful constituencies in the whole Ghana.
Okay. Do you have any challenges? What are the biggest challenges in your constituency?
The biggest challenges, the challenges are many. The challenges are many because I can tell that Goma West is one of the poorest constituencies in Ghana. So if you don't have a very good government who would think about its citizens, you always go astray because a lot of people are suffering.
Well, but your constituency is one that the government says they've done a lot. They said they've brought school feeding into the constituency. They're saying that they've brought school uniforms into the constituency. They're saying that they've brought exercise books into the constituency.
You see, most of the things this government officials used to say on radio, most of them are just, I don't know whether it is politics, I don't know how I'm going to put it, because let's assume a primary school have almost about 300 people, and you bring about 15 pieces of school uniform. How are they going to share it?
That's a serious allegation.
I'm telling you, because there is no school in my district that they can say that they were able to even share school uniform for one classroom. The DCE or the MP there should come and prove me wrong. So if you bring school uniform about, let's assume you bring about 500 pieces of school uniform to the whole constituency. And how many schools do we have? How are you going to share it? So that school uniform, to me, is politics. It doesn't work.
You don't think it's real?
It is not real.
But the government says they've spent a large sum of money, especially on your constituency.
I'm telling you that it is not real because in the whole Ghana, I'm sure, even up to now, there are some tailors that sew the school uniform. I don't think they have even paid them. They complain a lot from the old man at Amrest time up to today. So what are the school uniforms? School is going to be open by first week of September or ending of August. Let your men go around and see the whole central region, or even Goma. We have Goma East, we have Goma West, we have Goma Central. And go to any school and let them prove to you that this school even have, or they got about 200 pieces or 100 pieces of school uniform. And there is no primary school in the constituency that has less than 300 people. So if you give them 15 pieces, 25 pieces of school uniform, how are they going to share it?
Wow. I must say that I'm very shocked at these revelations that are coming, but we'll delve into these things further. You remember that before the elections, we kept on making the point that the school uniform was nothing but propaganda. The exercise books was nothing but propaganda. We're gathering the facts and we'll be coming to hit you very soon with some of the issues that are coming up.
Okay.
But let's go back to the Supreme Court. How do the people of your constituency see it?
Oh, now everybody has understood what is happening. The first thing is that, initially people doesn't understand. Even to me, I just feel that even the NDC people did not understand. They were complaining, oh, why Nanado is going to waste Ghanaians their time. But when the courts started, everybody understood that no,
there was a problem.
Nana Akufo-Addo and Bawumia have done Ghana good, because I only pray that the judges will be so strong on their feet. They will use the wisdom God has given to them, because they represented God on this earth. And they will tell us the truth. And I bet you, I know that every Ghanaian will be satisfied with the result that will
Did
come
you
out.
watch the proceedings yourself?
I watch a lot of them, but in fact, it is terrible.
Wow. So when you were told that, for instance, Asiedu Nketia sat there and said that, when you find any new material in the ballot box, it is foreign material, among other things. What was your explanation for that?
In fact, I was so shocked. Even the one he said that he doesn't even know what is overvoting. That overvoting, if you finish voting, you have to count the ballot papers in the box, and if it doesn't match, or if it is not more than the people that register in the police station, then there is no overvoting. I was shocked, because there is no way, even in Ghana, that means we couldn't have declared president, because all the people that vote, I can tell you that not all of them went and register, not all of them went and vote. Yeah. So if, let's assume about 1,800,000 people, 800,000 people didn't vote, that means whoever won that 50% is not right.
It's not right.
You understand? Okay. So I believe that Asiedu Nketia knows what he's supposed to say, but propaganda, he just try to turn the whole thing to politics and propaganda.
Okay. Now, I'm going to move you into a very strange area. Mm-hmm. We read the Gyeeda report.
Yes.
Now, it says that the government was taking a loan from a private company at 100% interest a month. Together, you're paying about 1,200% interest on a loan that has been taken. As a businessman, does that make sense to you on any level?
It doesn't make sense to me. But one thing Ghanaians supposed to know, we Ghanaians supposed to know, is that every businessman operates for a profit. So for me, on this platform, I will not condemn the businessman. That is, maybe he even went and took the money from the bank in Ghana here and borrowed it to the government. What was the government doing? So for me, I believe some of the government officials were behind the businessman. Because if it is your company, like I own about 2 companies, no matter how small, no matter how big it is, there is no way I will even go for a loan that I'm going to pay about 50% interest on it. So how can a government who control Bank of Ghana, who control the banks, will sit down for a businessman or somebody to go and take a loan from a bank or from wherever you got it to come and loan it to the government and take such a profit? So I believe, to me, I suggest that those government officials in charge of that sector should be held responsible for this loss.
But they say that they were helping the youth of Ghana. The youth of Ghana were desperate.
Which youth? Let me tell you one thing. I'm not here to condemn a car company car or something, but just look around. Youth in driving, see the type of car they are giving it to them. If they give you that car, that to work with it and pay it in 3 years' time so that you become the owner of the car, that type of car within 1 year it will be off-road. So whom are you helping? You are not giving him Toyota, you are not giving him Nissan. See the type of car you are giving it to him. I don't want to call it because the company might not be happy, but that car is not even meant for taxi. So who are you helping? They are fooling us. It's not help.
Wow.
Just because you give a loan to somebody to pay, a car loan to somebody to pay the car in 3 years, at least. And now you know very well that by 2 years that car will be off-road, if only he's using it for a taxi. You see the type of road we have in Ghana.
But some people are saying that, well, they are cleaning the streets of Ghana and it's a neat place.
Go to Accra. Honorable Kovanapoi said he's going to do Accra as Millennium City. Now go to Accra and see the rubbish there. Accra are we in Millennium City now? He has been on for how many years? So when would that thing happen? It is not going to happen. But that is what they say. So for me, I don't think, you see, politics, every politician has his own mission. But I believe that you do what you want to do. no matter how much it costs. Let's assume if this paper is 5 cedis, and you give it to Ghanaians even 10 cedis, and it will weld their the money. Yes, but don't give it to us 20 cedis. Why we don't even see the paper? That is what is happening now. Most of the things we are just hearing, you just read it in newspaper. They are taking money to this place. The money is going here. This project is going on. By the time you go, you see nothing. Just like the Gyeeda report. The time they are going to plant the trees, if I own a company and I give a contract to somebody to go and plant trees, and I go there and I don't see even one tree, well, I won't be happy. But this government money, everybody just felt that it's government money.
But they said that they are now going to plant the trees. The guinea fowls, for instance, they gave us a long list of
What are they going to plant? The trees were, 18,000 people plant a tree. Everybody plant almost about 2.5. If you just ratio it, it's about 2.5 for one person. So all 3 trees per one head. How can somebody go and plant a tree? You see, MPP time, not that because I'm a MPP, but that is the way they handle that tree planting is that they give you a land, they give you a portion. Let's assume in about 2 miles along the road. This is where you are going to plant from here to here. And they will not give you all the money at once. Maybe they give you about 20% of the said money. Then forestry people will come and inspect the trees, see how the stage, yes, before they, so it is about three times instrumental payment.
Yeah.
But you don't give the money to one person, and at the end of the day, you go there, you don't say anything. Now, whom are you going to hold responsible?
They said the guinea fowls went on excursion.
No, they didn't take visa, but they crossed to Burkina. So I think we are expecting them to come back in Christmas time.
Okay. Now let's get to a little bit of politics and Fanti politics. Yeah. It has been said that the Fantis are now strongly a preserve of the NDC. You believe that?
I think they have learned their lesson. For me, I used to say that Atamres will have been one of the best president Ghana will have ever had. But it is like a good medicine in the wrong bottle. That is all. Fantis are annoying or they don't like NDC not because of Atamres, but maybe because of the policy. Because let's take, for instance, in my own constituency, we have a very bad roads in the whole constituency. The major one is from Gomua Kamon, that is a Pam Junction, to Gomua Francis. Formerly, it was all Gomua district before they separate it. And so that place is east, but it's the same route that everybody takes to Shade Road. That road was done when we were in primary school by, that is, I think, Buzia time. Since then, nothing has been done. Very narrow road. Now they use the grader to grade. Fine. Somebody will say, why did MPP didn't do it? But every government, you have to get benefit out of it. When MPP was in power, apart from Hackman, we have only MPs. Nobody was a minister or this thing. The first NDC under President Lawrence's regime, we have the Jehuapias, they are from Gomua. They are all from Gomua. We have my own senior sister, Esther Mbenwadu, was from Gomua, the same district. He was then Deputy Minister for Social Welfare. We have Honorable Ato Dadi, the interpreter that used to speak on behalf of NDC on the Chief of Staff, as a Chief of Staff. We have a lot of Chief Justice that are buying, they were all from that constituency. But ask me what we gain out of it. Now, at this same time too, we were lucky to have a regional minister, which is Sister Mbenwado. And from a Pam Junction to Gomua Afranse, it's one of the worst roads in the whole Ghana. You see, so from there, from Chenkwante to Ejumako, the same thing. So we always get better share of the government. You understand? We get good positions under NDC, but at the end of the day, we don't utilize it.
Okay. Now, for those of you that might be very interested in the Supreme Court proceedings, we'll get to it in a very short bit of time because we're gathering the materials and I'm trying to see if we can give you a new bit of information just here. But let's get to the meat of the matter. Let's go straight to the point. The Turkish gold.
Wow.
The Turkish gold. You were arrested by the BNI. Why?
It is. I was arrested just because it is politics. Maybe they want to use me as a scapegoat.
Are you saying the BNI didn't have a case?
They don't have a case. I always challenge them wherever I go that they don't have a case. Because, let's take for instance, Why was I arrested?
They should have told you when they arrested you.
The questions they asked me will come to that. But one thing I want the whole Ghanaians or the whole world to know is that before any plane will land in Ghana, apart from this passenger plane like KLM and all those things, British Airways, but any private jet or private plane that is coming to Ghana has to apply for a permit. Then the permit you apply through Air Force, Ghana Air Force. One, you will bring the name of the plane, that is the registration number, the company, the operators, the captain's name, everything. After you forage them with that information about the plane itself, then you will give them information about the person you are coming to meet or the company you are coming to meet in Ghana. You will forage them that with their telephone number and everything. So Air Force Base will call, or the National Security will contact your person in Ghana or the company in Ghana and say, oh, blah, blah, blah. Say, this plane is coming to Ghana, it's applying for permit. Are you aware that the plane is coming? Oh, yes. What is he coming to do? You will give an explanation to the National Security. Then, when they are satisfied, they grant the permit. The permit is just a telephone number to the captain. Or
a serial number.
A serial number. That is the landing permit. So, you see that the public, I have a copy here, I can show you to you. You see, the name of the contact person is there, the telephone number is there, what is the cargo on board, because if the plane is this thing, let's assume it's a cargo plane, what is on board or what is he coming to carry? You understand? So at the end of the day, when this plane was granted the permit, you see the officer who signed the permit and everything. Those people they are coming to meet has been contacted. I only had an opportunity.
And just so that my viewers are aware of what is going on, tonight we are rehashing the issue of the Turkish gold and exactly what happened and how it played out. Was the National Security of Ghana telling us the truth, or they were playing with us? I have in my hand a document, Ghana Civil Aviation Authority, dated 27 December 2012. Subject, landing clearance request. Name of operators, ULS Airlines Cargo, among other things. I can see the name of the contact person. And then the Director of Air Operations, Air Force Headquarters, Burma Camp, Accra, Squadron Leader Osei Wusu is the one that granted this. You can see we're having a little bit of a challenge here trying to capture it adequately. But you can see right here at the bottom side that there is a stamp there. And the person that granted this landing permit is Squadron Leader Osei Owusu. This is dated 27th December 2012. But I thought they said the plane came without any authorization.
I will tell you. And moreover, you can even see the same permit. You can see on it that it has stated there that the cargo is coming to carry is gold bars.
Yes.
Have you
it's
seen
stated
it
here on point 10.
Point 10.
The types of cargo on board. It says gold bars. So what was the government of Ghana doing? Telling us that it was not aware of any gold transaction.
Then my company name is Gyeeda Ventures. Watch the whether you see the Gyeeda Ventures there, or you see Joseph K. Donko, anything of mine there.
Well, to be honest, what I can see here, name and address of charterer or contact in Ghana is Omanye Gold Mining Limited, Mr. Mohadi, I think, and there's a telephone number for him.
Yes.
The pilot's name and nationality is TBN, number of souls on board, TBN, purpose of flight, cargo flight, type of cargo, gold bars, types of ammunitions on board, NK, routing is from Tripoli, Accra to Istanbul, among a couple of others. I do not see anything.
Okay.
Director of Safety Regulations did not sign this document, and then the Director of ATS says no objection, and signed once again by Squadron Leader Osei Owusu.
So this is 27th of December 2012, and the plane landed in Ghana 29th December. So automatically, after they have approved the landing of the plane, now they will let National Security know that this plane is coming to Ghana. This is the mission. So if they talk of national security, we are talking of BNI, Ghana Police, Airport, the Air Force, the military. Then at the airport, they have their own aviation security and everything. So all of them will be alert. So if you go to the airport, BNI have their office there. The police have their post there. Everybody there. And now the plane did not go and land at Takoradi. After granting this permit, he came to land at Accra Airport, international airport for that matter, and parked there from 29 to 31st December.
I'm getting lost. So why were you arrested?
Okay, so now the plane, because I got opportunity, any private plane that comes to Ghana has to be handled by a company. The handlers, what they do is that you clear the rubbish, you clean the plane, you refill their food and their drink, everything. Then if the crew members, because almost private planes and all those private members on board will be about 6, highest is about 7. Yeah. If the crew members are going to sleep or they are going to, you use the company van, carry them to a hotel to sleep. Then when they want to come back to the plane, they call you, go and pick them, bring them to the plane. So you have nothing to do with whatever they are coming to do. You have nothing with their line of business. You don't even have anything to do with them. You're like a hotelier. You're just taking care of their needs. Yes. When this plane, when I got information about, when I got this contract, I gave it to a sister company, and the manager of the company was then Isaac. He handled it. Even I did not even see the plane, whether it is blue, whether it is green. Hold on a minute for me. Are you saying that you never set eyes on the Turkish gold plane? No. You never? No, I never, because I don't even work on the tarmac. Ladies and gentlemen, the truth is beginning to unfold, and I'm sure by the end of this episode we can tell whether Ghanaians were told the truth or were fed a pack of lies. Stay on, we'll take a break and come back soon. Welcome back to Minority Caucus. Today we are revisiting an issue, the Turkish gold scandal. Ghanaians were told that, oh, it is not gold, it is a scam, among a myriad of other stories. Do you remember Mr. Joe Donko, the man that the BNI arrested and held his Range Rover for a period of time and said, oh, he's an MPP man, and so an MPP man is involved among other things. We're getting to the bottom of that matter with all the facts and all the right documentation. Mr. Joe Donko, before we left on the break, you were telling us about the fact that you never saw the plane? No. So if I ask you today what the plane looks like? I can't tell you the color. So in short, what I was trying to say is that when I got the contract, I gave it to the guy at the, my man at the airport. He called me when the plane landed. So, oh, the plane has landed. And when I reached there, the crew members were about 7. They were sitting in a bus. He was taking them to hotel, one of the hotels. Yeah. So I said, no, why don't you take them to another one that I have, the company has this thing there. That, relationship with? Yes, the relationship with the hotel. The more people you take them there at the end of the year, they give you some bonuses. Yeah. And the person also handling doing the handling company has some commission to give me too. Okay. So I just like I fight for middleman. Yes, I fight for a contract. I give it to them. They do it, and blah blah blah. Then we go. So to cut everything short, because let's say the matter is in court, and I know that there is nothing that is going to come out. At the end of the day, the plane left. The plane was loaded on 31st December, around, according to the handler, around 1 o'clock they started. They finished around 5 o'clock. Through the entry point, they didn't smuggle anything inside the plane, according to them at the airport. Everything, because that time we have got about drug issues at the airport. So there is CCTV cameras, the loading point. I want to get this right. You're saying that the loading of the gold bars onto the plane was done in the full glare of everybody? Everybody. The national security and all those guys? All of them were there. CCTV cameras, everything. They didn't smuggle it through the backyard. It was at the cargo section of the airport. After loading finished, they called the handling company, which I gave them this thing. They come and tow the plane to the fuel section. They fuel it. After fueling it, they have to give their bill to the captain to pay. They only called me to come in when the captain was, I think the money for him to pay was not enough, because they charge almost about 70 or something. He didn't have enough cash. Yes. Yeah. So he has to call the same company that he came to meet, that they should assist them. So the company, one of the company staff spoke to me that since I gave the contract, I should just stand on their behalf so that they. So in short, they took about 30% of the pay and the plane left. So that means it is the national security their duty, because before the plane will move from the airport, it has to get a green light that it's supposed to move.
Clearance, yes.
The clearance. They finished loading around 5:45 and the plane left around 10:45 p.m. Okay, the following day was January 1st, which is holiday. I called the guy, have you get your money? So the people have even go to pay him. So from there to you see that I did not get in touch with
anybody,
with the people who supposed to even to pay the company money, and they pay. That the
let's do a very short recap for my viewers as well. Okay. So the story we are being told now is that Mr. Joe Donko never had any direct contact with the plane whatsoever. One. Number two, that he had no dealing whatsoever, neither did any company of his have any dealing whatsoever with the plane in question. Two. Number three, everything that happened in the full view of the Ghanaian authorities, perhaps with even the active participation of the Ghanaian authorities, because first of all, the plane had a permit to land in Ghana. The permit, which I have here, states clearly the kind of cargo that it was going to dealing. On point 10, it says gold bars. This has been given authorization. It's quite unfortunate that we're having challenges today. But you can see the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority headline there. And it's been given authorization. And I'm mentioning the name of the person who gave permission. Squadron Leader Osei Owusu has clearly, he's centered here. You can, if you'd hold on just a minute, you can see the documents very clearly. I'm hoping that, yeah, there you have it. You can see Ghana Civil Aviation Authority details, and then this is the name. Squadron Leader Osei Owusu. You can see the stamp clearly embossed as well, and that is the permission that was given. So that story that we were told that the plane, and if my camera can capture it again, I just want to focus on the gold bars. Here, where my hand is, just above it, you can see clearly that the type of cargo that is to be dealt in, you can see there written, gold bars, point 10, types of cargo on board, gold bars. So that story we were told that the government was not aware and that there's going to be an investigation and all of that. Question, what happened to this document? The propaganda that went on, that, oh, it was not true and that the government can never be implicated and national security is not aware, among all these things. What happened within that time? Number two, national security said they conducted investigations into this matter. Why were they the ones to conduct an investigation when they were actively involved? Why was it the same national security that is supposed to be aware of this document, that is supposed to know of all of these things? Why were they given the chance? It was clearly, to me, an attempt at a cover-up. Call it wrong, but if I go and kill a cat and you ask me to investigate the killing of the cat, what do you expect? Judge for yourself. Mr. Donko, so let's come back to the point. We had initially that the matter blew up. Danko Institute, where I work, you know. Okay, so
why I was arrested is that I think during the investigation, when it blew all over everywhere that the good had been seized in Turkey, they were linking President Mahama and all those things. For me, I think all that one is a political talk. But then at the end of when the investigation was going on, they contacted the handling company.
Owner of the company, yeah.
The handling company. Okay. Then he said, oh, even through me, I was the one who gave them the contract, because that was not the first time I was giving them contract anyway. The whole of the year, I gave them about six planes. So immediately they heard my name that Joe Donko was the one who gave them the contract, then they have to focus on me. So for about 3 weeks, they were looking for me. I was in Ghana here, I was in Accra here too. Then the guy at the airport called me and said, oh, Mr. Donko, I've gone to BNI. I've been invited by the national security, and they are forcing me to call your name to implicate you. I said, implicate me for what? So in fact, I heard about this thing before even I was arrested. Then he was giving me a scenario that immediately told them, they said you should tell them that I did. I said, but I never done anything. You haven't told them anything. He said no. I said, okay, fine. One day I was there, then they invited me through my DC. I mean, Accra here. I live in Accra here. They know my company, but it goes through my constituency. The plan was that I think they were setting up this thing to arrest him in my constituency to disgrace me, but they couldn't get me until officially they got me on phone and I went. I drove myself to that place. I went to their head office around 11 o'clock in the morning that the director wanted to see me. I went and filled forms. Then they took me to director's reception. As I was sitting down, two gentlemen came and said, oh, we are looking for, the director. Then they took me to 37 branch from the head office. That is where we left the Range Rover at the head office. So when we go to 37, we went and met a panel that's supposed to interrogate us. The first question was that, oh, are you the MPP chairman? I say yes. Are you the one that your daughter is in law school? I say yes. That is not interrogation. So we went and sat down. The third question was, who gave MPP the information about this gold? I said, what gold? Are
you serious?
Oh, yes. If they have the tape, they can play it. I said, what gold? So MPP they can employ you, and from there you spy. I said, no. This is the part I even play on the plane. If not because of this arrest and all this, I didn't even know that the plane came to carry gold. And God knows I did not even set my eyes on the cargo and the plane itself. This is the part I played, this is the part I did, this is what I did. So the following day, they brought the guy at airport.
So they kept you in cells that night?
Oh. They just asked me about a few questions not connected to the plane because one, I am telling you that even the people who interrogate me, they didn't know the name of the plane. They don't even know the name of the crew members on board. They don't even have any document. So it was May 8 when I went to court and I heard the charge, they say forging document to ship. I was surprised because I did not see any document that has been forged. They didn't even show me any document. And anyway, the first accused, the second accused, I was taken as a third accused. My first time of seeing the second accused and this thing was at the court. I don't even know them.
Your first time of seeing the second accused person?
At the court. That was, when we go to court, that was the first time I saw him. I don't even know them. I don't have anything in common with them. But at the end of the day, the whole newspapers capture as if it was me who do the shipment or it was me who owned the goods. You understand?
Yeah.
And even some of my family members were thinking I'm now one of the richest men in Ghana because if I can ship gold of about $50 million, then if your nephew come to you and say buy him a Hyundai, then you can't buy. Then what sort of person you are? But I did not involve in any business of that gold. My company doesn't sell gold, and I'm challenging everybody that anybody who knows that I have shipped a gold in Ghana here should come out.
So let's come to the details of it. There was an NDC person involved. They said he was your partner.
I don't even have a partner in this deal because first of all I know is that what I got to hear that the person who shipped the gold claimed to be an NDC financier after we met in court. He claimed to be an NDC financier. Then if he's an NDC,
do you know this person personally?
Now I can say I know him personally because
before this whole issue.
No, before the issue, I don't know him personally. He's not I don't even know him personally. I met him after I've been released from
jail.
From this thing, BNI. Yeah. Somebody took me to him. It was there I got to know that I was arrested just to balance up political situation. But I don't know. Why I don't want to go into too deep is that because they say the matter is in court. We have gone to court and now for over 2 months now, anytime we go, they say the case is with Attorney General. I don't even know what they are doing at Attorney General. So we'll wait till the Attorney General will finish. Whether they are going to drop those two people and charge only Joe Donko, or whether they are going to drop me, or whether they are going to charge, I will wait for my charge. Then from there, I'll respond appropriately. But
ladies and gentlemen,
let me tell you, I want Ghanaians to know I am not involved in the gold business. I didn't even see the gold myself. I didn't see the plane myself. But I know that through because if plane want to land, you get permit. They have a permit. We get the opportunity to handle it, and whatever the plane come to do in Ghana, I was not involved. But I'm just I don't know. I don't even know why I was brought into the picture. And everybody can testify that if it is not politics, when I was arrested, the way they treated me and the way they published me, it's as if they have selected some media houses, especially from the government side or the NDC side, just to publish this case as if I'm the person who do everything. But we wait for the D-Day at the court, and I think I'll prove everybody wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, you bear me out that I have sat in these seats severally and said that it is not a crime to be an NPP person, and so the government of the day should not treat it thus. Here you have a very clear example of someone who, by his own testimony here today, never knew anything about a deal, had no contact whatsoever, and then you picked him up and threw him up to the gutters in this manner. When I speak of such, people say that perhaps I'm too passionate, but bear me out. Is it a crime to have freedom of thought such that I believe that I want to be a liberal and so the NPP is the party to join? He's not the only one. I can mention scores of people who have been treated in a similar manner just because they are NPP. Whoever is behind these things, it's a passionate appeal that I make to you that stop it. Peace, justice, and unity are not fostered by these evil attempts at disgracing people for nothing done. You can join me on the phone lines on 030-2211-701224, 030-2211-701224. The WhatsApp line is 0244-928-375, 0244-928-375. As usual, the text lines remain 1760, all networks, 1760, all networks. What we are doing here on Minority Caucus is that we are serializing the addresses that have been given to the Supreme Court. We hope that we will be able to come to you with a much more detailed presentation of it. But I can tell you that there's an irony. One, the Electoral Commission says that there were irregularities, there were errors in election 2012 in their addresses. The NDC, on the other hand, says there were no irregularities, there were no errors in their addresses. That is immediately some of the very interesting things that you notice when you take a look at the addresses in general. And so we will be there, we'll bring it to you in due time. However, due to the very specific nature of where we have gotten to in the Supreme Court case, we are a bit careful as to how we comment on these matters for fear of the very large animal called contempt. Mr. Joe, so when yes, the Tundra versus the Range Rover. I've been informed that the NDC man had a Tundra. He was allowed to take it home, but you had your Range Rover seized.
The first accused was arrested according to the information at Osu. He was driving his Tundra. He was allowed, the second person in the car, to take the car away. And when he was taken to BNI, he signed for himself
self-recognizance
bill to go. Now, I went there on invitation. I don't know whether they were going to use me as a prosecuting witness or who, I don't know. But at the end of the day, they changed their mind. Then, all said and done, when I got my bail, the next thing they said that my car, I can't take it home. I said, why can't I take my car home? First of all, they say the keys with director, I should come to social time. I went there, they didn't give it to me. I went there with my lawyer, they didn't still give it. My lawyer was somebody nearly fought my lawyer at the premises of the BNI. So we decided to go to court. So we took the matter to court for the law court to take my car for me. Because one, it is a Range Rover. It is not an articulator that can be used to load gold. So it is not, even if, assuming I was the one who shipped the gold, I didn't use that car. So, and moreover, they wanted to know why. First of all, they were thinking, you said you are not involved. How did you manage to get the money to buy your Range Rover? Because it is 13. And I bought the Range Rover about 2 years ago. It was in Nigeria doing car hiring. Then I decided to bring it to Ghana. So I brought it to Ghana last year, August. Even during the election campaign time, I was using the car. The DC himself in my constituency, whom they sent to spy on me so that I would be arrested, knew that car.
Okay.
As an agent. So I just paid the duty December and licensed it January. So the car was in the country for that. Now we went to court. Then they got a prosecutor from Attorney General for the DNI. So the prosecutor came in defending that I did not bring my when the car was, I didn't take my particulars to them to know that the car belongs to me. So in fact, the judge was amazing. The car is registered. If you want to know the owner, you can go to license office through the registration number and you will see. So the court decided that I should bring the car particulars, the shipment and everything the following week so that they will see what to do. When we went there back,
the long and short of this is that you were harassed.
And they said, the director said, when we went there for the last time, somebody from BNI came and said, the director said they should give him my car. So the court asked, why for the first time you seized the car? He said, when I took the car to the premises, the car was so flashy. And such cars, a lot of them are stolen cars. So they just want to know whether it is a stolen car. So they call Interpol and other people to come and cross-check. And they have seen that, yes, it is a genuine, so I should come for it. That is so that means the car was not parked because of the gold issue, but it was parked because it's so nice and so flashy, they thought I stole it.
So you are a thief because of what you drive?
Yes. So if you are an MPP man, you are driving a flashy car in Ghana, I think you better carry your custom papers wherever you go. Whether you use as a chain in your neck or you just put it on your pocket. That's one of those things.
Now, this exactly is my concern, once again, that is it a crime to belong to an opposing party in Ghana now? What happened to freedom and justice? What happened to the ability to be able to express oneself freely? Welcome, Ashavin from Sunyane.
Thank you, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Brother, please, I beg your pardon. If your panelists can remember this thing for me, you remember, I'm watching former MP from Kranza.
What has, yes?
What is that man done when you are caught in prison?
What's the connection to this?
Because you are discussing about.
I'm sorry. It's a very sad. It's a very, very sad testimony that we lost him today. But as we are going on, we are continuing to make the point that it is unfair for people to patently use the powers of state to maltreat, to witch hunt others just because they do not belong to their same political party. The Constitution of Ghana allows for freedom of expression. It allows us to speak our minds no matter what. If the government wants to change the Constitution, it should do so. But until then, we have every right to exist in Ghana as NPP followers. Bano calling, how are you? Hello?
I'm fine.
Okay, how's it going?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Yes, sir. Yeah.
Can you please turn down the volume on your television set? Hello?
Banner for call from Masuda Tano.
Okay, yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, thank you for good work done. I'm saying that that's the behavior of the NDC members. Yes. And I hope that God will judge them according to what they are doing. So I thank you for good work and keep it up.
Thank you very much as well for your call. I have a caller from Tema. How are you, my caller? Hello, Eben. Unfortunately, I think I've lost Eben on the line.
I enjoy your program.
Okay, thank you. I think you're still there. You have the floor.
I enjoy your program very well. But at times, you are too distant.
Emotional, perhaps.
But because you have forgotten what you have done to Chachu.
So they should done it to you.
Or you throw him to jail without doing anything.
Can I point out something to you, please?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. You know that Mr. Chachu Chikata was jailed by a court in Ghana.
But is it fair?
No, but you see, that is not for me to decide. It is the court of Ghana that said that he had caused. No, if you just allow me to finish. The court in Ghana had said that he had caused financial loss to the state and he was jailed. That is the law that we have all submitted ourselves to. This is not the issue where the security forces decided to harass him just because they felt he had done something. They did not throw him out there to be fed on by the dogs just because he had done something. Mr. Chachu was in court for 6 years. He got his day in court.
But he was arrested. He was arrested at the church service, at the church. He was at the church service.
And was he not freed?
But is it fair?
It's not an issue of whether it is fair or not, my ladies and gentlemen. People are arrested on every day, so we don't have an issue with that. But where without basis, you go and you arrest somebody and then you make all these charges, that's where the issue is. But thank you very much for your call. I have to move on to my next caller. Nigeria, I have a caller all the way from Nigeria, Lagos. How are you, my caller in Nigeria?
Well, I'm good, sir. How are you, sir, Nana?
It is by the grace of God that we are surviving.
Thank you for your good job you are doing.
Thank you, too.
You know, the Ghana people, they are too talking too much. Because they know that the guy having said 2013 flashing car, you know. It's too much. The talk is too much. You understand?
Yeah.
It's too much. But because they see the car. How much is the car? How much is the car? He can buy like 3. It's a jealousy, my brother. Just keep on work hard.
Thank you very much as well. I have another caller from Paga caller. How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
By the grace of God, we are surviving.
Yeah. Congratulations to Honorable Joe Donko. Hello.
Thank you too for congratulating him.
Yeah. I just want to give you the courage to keep it up, and then the Lord will actually be with him.
Amen.
The battle is the Lord, and we believe in it.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you too very much. God's will from Aflao. How are you doing?
I am doing fine. Very good. But what I have to say is that maybe the police arrested the man. So we should not this thing should not be partisan.
No, it is not an issue of God's will. Let me explain the matter to you, okay? You are God's will. Today, if you are arrested on wrongful charges, I sitting here would defend you at all costs. You understand me? Hold on. I would have to explain those matters to you at the close of the day. Mr. Cranting from Atibubu, how are you doing?
I'm fine, sir.
Senior, you have the floor.
Yes, thank you. My congratulations to you, Donko.
Thank you.
Yeah, make Almighty blessing.
Amen.
I hope that you will be vindicated. And let's give everything to God. I hope that in a month's time, all of us will be laughing.
Amen.
I think you are doing a very good job. Thank you very much.
Thank you too very much, and thank you for expressing those things with me. It is because of those views that we continue to do this. Testing from Aflao. I didn't get the name right. I hope it is pronounced correctly. How are you?
It's Keston.
Kesting. Okay, I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Good evening.
Good evening to you.
I watch your program most of the time, and I think you are doing a good job. But I also think most of the time, with you, the politicians, you tend to be overly political. When the thing is wrong, it is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
When it is right, it is right.
Thank you.
It's about time the public servants, the police and the rest are made to be professional, unbiased, unpolitical.
Kesting.
Yeah.
Kesting, I thank you very much for this submission that you have made, which is exactly the point that we are seeking to make on this show. That we were told that this particular plane arrived in Ghana with 4 documents, among other things. I have here in my hand a document that shows that that plane was given permission, and I'll mention the name again, by Squadron Leader Osei Owusu, Air Force Headquarters, Burma Camp, Accra. He gave that plane permission. So why do you tell Ghanaians that the plane did not land with permission, you never knew it was gold bars, among other things, when this document exists? Why would our state that we are funding with the resources that we all pay, the little taxes, continue to lie to us and then call an innocent bystander and let him bear the brunt for it just because he belongs to the opposing party? That's our beef.
Damwa.
Yes, sir.
That's where I come in.
It's unfortunate that I lost him, but I thought that was a very interesting. I have another caller on the line. How are you? Can you please turn down the volume of your television set? I beg you.
Yeah, hello. Good evening.
Good evening, Chief.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, sir. You're on the floor.
Yeah, this is Ali Dwenes Kanyi, Sunyani Kutukru.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'd like to first of all say you are doing a very good work there. Honorable, more grease your elbow. It is just because of, at least, hatred. That is why they are doing all this. First of all, I send also my greetings to Honorable and the MP, Sunyani East. But you see, what now we, the party faithful, We are not, as for the court issue, now we know where we are landing. But where we now have the problem is our MPs, the challenge that is in court. In fact, we'll be very grateful if you could at least abreast us with the court proceedings of our MPs who are challenging those stolen, seats, so that we know that when we are through with the presidency, we know that Parliament, we can still move with our majority.
Thank you.
I'll be very grateful if you could do that for us in the subsequent ones.
Thank you very much. We'll pay attention to your request. I have a Samuel from Kumasi. How are you, my brother?
Fine, thank you. How are you too?
It is by the grace of God that we survive.
Some of these things that are happening in Ghana is very bad. You know, right now in Kumasi, a suspected armed robber has been arrested, and the party chairman of the region says that he knows the guy, and the guy was set free Saturday evening.
Are you saying that, hold on, are you saying that the guy has been set free in Kumasi?
Yes, he has been given bail secretly Saturday evening. And if I am lying, the chairman should come out and deny that.
I believe that my facial expression tells it all.
Where in this country do people get bail on the weekend? But this man was able to do that. A suspected armed robber who was caught with a gun. That is what is going on in Ghana here. May God help us all.
God will indeed help us all. I have my next caller who will be my last caller. Apia from Accra. How are you doing, my brother?
I'm doing fine. Good evening.
Good evening, senior.
Thank you for your done. I thank you for discussing this thing today, because the politician has been doing this. If you didn't treat it today, next time maybe NDP also will come back. They will also follow the same line, and they will do it to NDC. So thank you for doing this work.
Thank you too very much for listening to us. I can give you an assurance that if NPP comes to power and we continue along the same lines, then may the good Lord deal with us. Because I do not think that any politician worth his salt would continue to abuse the people that have voted to keep him there in this manner. It is just against our basic humanity. Mr. Joe Donko, I wish to take this opportunity to thank you very much for sharing this with us. I believe that, you know, the good Lord himself will continue to keep you, and he would continue to help you in all your parts. For those of us who are members of the NPP, it is beginning to look as though some people feel that it is a crime that we should exist as a society in Ghana. But as Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has already said, we should put our trust and faith in the Lord, because the battle indeed is his. Every night, before you go to sleep, I continue to implore you that in whatever religion that you believe in, go on your knees and say a prayer to the Almighty God. He indeed will save us. Good evening.